I would argue running a business is the best way you can train yourself. It's the best personal development you'll ever do. You learn so much about lots of different things.
Now, it is a tough time, particularly for graduates. So if you were speaking directly to a graduate, they've graduated, there's no job for them, what would you say to them?
It's funny because I'm having this conversation quite a lot with students and graduates right now. And in fact, I'm actually giving a guest lecture tomorrow at a university where I'm speaking to final year students. So it's definitely been in the forefront of my mind for a number of months now. You know, unfortunately, a lot of graduates have taken since March, since the first lockdown, as a kind of graduate holiday. You know, there's no jobs, so I'll just sit and play my computer or whatever else, which is lovely, and I hope you're doing really well with that. And I love playing my computer too, but in terms of a career, in terms of that forward thinking, what a waste of an opportunity, you know. And as an employer, I would be, you know, what have you done since March? You played your Xbox, you know, fantastic. Whereas we actually interviewed a girl called Kirsty Byers on our YouTube channel, Student Enterprise TV, and Kirsty had not long graduated from Heriot-Watt University, where I went as well, and she was made furloughed in her graduate job, and she decided just to launch a business because she needed to make money. It was that hunger. It was that I need to do something. Whether this leads to a career or not, but right now I need to make money and I want to do something. I want to be busy. I want to be useful. I want to provide value, and I want to train myself. And I would argue running a business is the best way you can train yourself. It's the best personal development you'll ever do. You learn so much about lots of different things. And Kirsty's got Crunch Edinburgh, a little plug for Kirsty. They do beautiful platters to your house, delicious stuff. Check them out on Instagram, and it's Crunch Edinburgh or Crunch Platters. And she just did that because she was furloughed. I think they're really interesting things. So you could have two graduates and one say, I can't start a business because of lockdown or because of furlough. Whereas people like Kirsty say, I started my business because of lockdown, or I started my business because of furlough. The thing is, it's all mindset, Andrew, and that's been the consistent theme today for me. But I think it's treating this, and everyone's different, so the word context again for the 20th time. You know, we're in crisis, a really tough time, and I'm not belittling that, and everyone deals with that differently. But I think you need to be your own superhero. You need to rescue yourself. You need to realize that it's your life. You might need to get help, and there is help out there, but ultimately your happiness, your life is your responsibility. So I think your life is your responsibility too, in the same vein. So you have to think of the future, what's next, what's coming up. And much like Kirsty, just by starting something, you might not know where it leads. It might not be your career forever, but it's certainly attractive to an employer. If I'm looking at two graduates for our next role and see that one's played their Xbox since lockdown and one's started their own business, I know who I'm going to hire, and I'm sure you'd be the same, Andrew, without putting words in your mouth. So I think really it's about realizing that there's opportunity for self-development here, and it doesn't have to be starting your own business. There's online courses like what UNpreneur runs, but there are other ones too. You can learn a new skill, because when it comes to the job market, there are jobs, but there are so few. And unfortunately, the employers are picking the most skills. So why wouldn't they? So if you need to upskill yourself to be in that conversation, now's the time to do it. So yes, play your Xbox, but at the same time, yes, develop yourself and think about your future and be proactive about it.
Yeah, and I would just add to that, Kallum, also perhaps consider volunteering. You know, because there are many things just now in the pandemic, many different things that people can do to volunteer to help others. And that also will help you with the sort of people skills that are really needed as well, whether you're looking for a job or you're looking to start your own business. And even in volunteering, you may actually identify that business need. You know, that you said that you have to identify some kind of niche, something specialist that you can actually set up doing. So, yeah, I think your message is zig while everybody else is zagging.
Absolutely. I'm Kallum with a K for a reason. So, I've
Yeah,
always thought differently to everyone.
absolutely. And do you know what? I think that's so vital. The people that are thinking differently just now, the young people that are going out there, they may be volunteering, or they're taking advantage of the time they have to learn new skills, or they're getting started with their own business idea. Then these people are going to be much better placed than perhaps the others who've just sat back during this period. But I think it was good that you also mentioned that it's had quite an impact on people, and also on their mental health as well. And for some people, if they're really feeling very down about things, then getting access to some counselling or some support could just be the thing that helps them to then move past that stage and start working more positively.